All right, today we're jumping into something that's, well, a huge part of all of our lives, digital security. We're going to break down the big ideas from digital locks and make this whole world of cybersecurity make sense for everyone.
So let's just start with this. Think about it for a second. You lock your front door every single time you leave the house, right? It's just automatic. But what about your digital front door? That's the big question we're really diving into today.
And to really get our heads around that, we've got to start with this really powerful but super simple idea. We all basically have two homes now, and both of them need protecting.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. It really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got your physical home, the one with brick and mortar, you lock it up tight. But your digital home, and that's all your data, your photos, your private messages, well, for a lot of us, that door is just wide open. So this whole idea comes from a guy named Tim Douglas, and he's got this really interesting background in both real estate and cybersecurity. I mean, talk about a perfect mix for this topic. He basically noticed that people are super careful about locking their houses, but when it comes to their online lives, that same caution just isn't there. And that's a massive, massive blind spot. Okay, so if we have a digital home, that means it must be in a digital neighborhood, right? And to figure out how to protect your place, you've got to know the lay of the land. So let's picture the internet. Don't think of it as just this, vague cloud. Think of it like a giant, bustling city. It's where you work, where you hang out, where you connect with people. It's a huge metropolis, and we're all living in it. And just like in any city, you have your own private space, your home. In this digital city, your house is your phone, your computer, your tablet. That's where you keep all your personal stuff. Your photos, your bank info, your private conversations. It's your sanctuary. And this is the key takeaway. When you hear the word cybersecurity, don't let your eyes glaze over. It's not some super technical thing for IT experts. It's just the fence, the deadbolt, and the alarm system for your digital house. It's the stuff that keeps the bad guys out. Simple as that.
All right, so if we have locks, it means there are people trying to get in, right? Let's meet the digital burglars you're likely to run into in this city. Knowing who they are is half the battle.
First, you've got the imposter. You've probably seen this. It's what we call phishing. It's that sneaky email or text that looks like it's from your bank, or maybe Amazon, or some other company you trust. Its only goal is to trick you into handing over your keys, your username and password. Then there's the hijacker. This one is just awful. We're talking about ransomware. Imagine someone breaks into your house, not to steal anything, but to change all the locks on you. Then they leave a note saying you have to pay them to get your own keys back. That's exactly what ransomware does to your digital files. And last up, we have the eavesdropper. This is the kind of threat that pops up when you're on public Wi-Fi, say at a coffee shop or the airport. Using an unsecured connection is like having paper-thin walls in your house. Someone could be listening in, watching everything you do online. Okay, so I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would anyone target me? I'm not some big shot CEO or a celebrity, and that's a totally fair thought. So let's tackle that head on. Why does this stuff actually matter to you specifically? And here's the thing you really need to get. Most of these attacks are not personal. These digital burglars aren't sitting in a dark room thinking, I'm going to go after you today. No way. It's all automated. They have these programs that just sweep through the entire digital neighborhood, jiggling every single doorknob. They're just looking for any unlocked door they can find. So now we know the threats, but look, the point of all this isn't to make you paranoid. It's the opposite. It's about empowerment. So let's talk about the most important part, how to actually secure your digital door. And again, the goal here is to empower you so you can enjoy the digital world without constantly looking over your shoulder. It's not about turning you into a tech genius. It's about building a couple of really simple, smart habits that give you peace of mind. So what does this actually mean? It means you absolutely can protect the stuff that matters most to you. And the first steps, they're way easier than you think. You definitely don't have to be some kind of tech expert. I'm talking about simple things, like using strong, unique passwords for different sites, kind of like how you have different keys for your car and your house, and turning on something called two-factor authentication whenever you can. You know that little code they text you? That's like adding a deadbolt to your door. Super simple, but incredibly effective. So that brings us right back to where we started. We've walked through the digital city, we've met the burglars, and we've seen just how easy the locks can be to install. So the only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. Right now, is your digital front door unlocked?